Thorpe Park is known as the UK's most thrilling theme park, and it's home to some of the most incredible rides in the country, such as Stealth, Colossus, Hyperia, Inferno, and even Soar the ride. Soar's good, I don't know why you guys hate it. And the coasters at Thorpe Park are known as the Big Six, or Big Seven if you count Flying Fish. But as some of you may have noticed, I've been on the game Planet Coaster 2 quite a lot recently, and I'll be honest here, I like doing pretty unhinged things on this channel. So I've seen YouTubers such as Digital Dan do stuff like this, where they combine roller coasters at a park to make the ultimate coaster. And basically that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be combining every Thorpe Park coaster, including the Flying Fish, to create one big coaster. Now I would just like to say, if I combined every coaster like connected to each other, this video would take probably 10 years to make. So I have 3 tabs open with the wheel of names. The first tab has a list of all the manufacturers of every ride at Thorpe Park, which are B&M Invert, Eurofighter, Mack Hyper, Intamin Accelerator, Wing Coaster, Intamin Multi-Inversion Coaster, and Flying Fish. The second wheel has 2 things on it, and it's going to decide whether the roller coaster is going to start with a launch or a lift hill. And the third and final tab is going to have a list of a bunch of elements from Thorpe Park roller coasters. Now unfortunately I wasn't able to add every single element because that would take us to 2060, there'll be flying cars then. And this wheel of elements will be spun a maximum of 9 times. So this will be quite fun and quite chaotic. And if you want to see more videos like this, then get this video to 5 billion likes. Let's get started. So as you can see, we're in an empty plot in Planet Coaster 2, one that's not yet filled with any rides. However, that's going to change quite soon. So the first thing that we're going to decide is what kind of coaster this is going to be. So up here we have our first wheel spinner of names, and the first thing this lands on will be the coaster that we're going to be using in this video. So here we are, we're spinning the wheel. What's our coaster going to be? It's going to be a Mack Hyper, just like Hyperia. That's a good choice, you know, it's a very good choice. And this wheel will decide whether we're going to start this coaster with a lift hill or a launch. So here we go, is it going to be a lift hill or a launch? It's looking like it's going to be a launch. I just realized, can you even do launches with this coaster? I don't know. So this is the model that I think you use for Hyperia. So we're going to make the station this long, I think that's a decent length, and we're going to start with Stealth's launch forward like this. Alright, once again it's time to spin the wheel to see what element we're going to get, and let's give this wheel another spin. What's it going to be? What's our first element going to be? It's going to be Nemesis Inferno's corkscrew. I'm not really good at making corkscrews in this game, so this might be a bit of a mess. I'll be so honest, I completely forgot to film me building this corkscrew. So this corkscrew is looking a bit questionable, but don't worry, I'll smooth it. I also use banking offset because that thing is a lifesaver. So that's done. On to the next element. So our next element is going to be, it could be, oh, Colossus's Cobra Roll. So I'll be honest, I'm not good at making Cobra Rolls, so yeah, this might be a bit of a mess. So the Cobra Roll usually starts off like this, I believe. Then it goes like this. I'm only realizing now there's pre-made versions, but I want to do this myself. This is a mess. What am I looking at? Alright, we've done the Cobra Roll. That looks shambolic. What actually is that? I genuinely think this is the worst inversion I've made in this game. Alright, it's time to spin the wheel for the next element. What's it going to be? You know what I really want? It would be nice to have Soar's airtime hill. I really hope we get that, and we're getting Inferno's vertical loop. In this game, the one thing I can't make is vertical loops. So I'll be honest, we're just going to use the loop piece and call it a day. I'm pretty sure Inferno's loop goes to the right like this. That's the best thing about this coaster so far, and I didn't even build that properly. Alright, on to our next element. This coaster is looking like a real mess. Time to spin the wheel. Just give us Soar's airtime hill. What's this? You know what? Hyperia's final element. The reason why I named it Hyperia's final element because I have no idea what it's called. But if you know, you know. This element is so underrated. So yeah, I'm happy about this one, and it's not another inversion. So it starts off with the splashdown. We're just gonna add a bit of a straight part here. Then it goes up like this, bends a bit to the side. Tell you what, you should get some good spells of airtime here. Then you go up into that hill thing. I don't know why I'm saying hill thing, I mean airtime hill. And we're gonna leave it like this. So our next element is going to be, how many times have I spun this so far? I don't know. But our next element is going to be Flying Fish's Helix. Once again, not an inversion. I'm not complaining because this coaster is not meant to break Smiler's world record. I'm just saying. So Flying Fish's Helix is tilted to the left, I believe. It's similar to Scorpion Express because they basically shared the same layout. And I think this looks alright. I think I'll leave it like this. I'm coming to realization that this is inaccurate as well. Just kill me. It's meant to come out this way over here. Alright, we'll just leave it like this because I'll be honest, what else can I do? So we've used 5 elements so far. Oh yeah, I forgot. That's 6 elements. So Hyperia's that, whatever that is. Meaning we have around 3 more elements to use, so hopefully they're good ones. I feel like we haven't gotten Saw yet, so it'd be nice to get a Saw element at some point. Holy timing! What amazing timing. And I have to say this works really well in the position that this coaster is currently in. So Saw's airtime here is quite simple, it just goes up. I'm not sure it's this long in real life, but we're going to sit with it because the train's quite long. Then it kind of shimmies to the right before going into the turn with the useless brakes. Those brakes do not slow down the ride a single bit, by the way. And I think this is good, you know. This is probably the best element I've made. But let's be honest, this is a bit of an opposition to leave a coaster for an element, so hopefully we get something that looks natural, but yeah, this coaster doesn't even look natural. I'm just going to stop talking and just spin the wheel. So we have 2 more elements to use, I believe. Now, one element that would look quite natural is Swarm's inline twist. Well, not natural, but it would look less strange. So I'm just going to pray that we get that element. Let's give this a spin. And I don't think we've actually got any Swarm elements so far, so it'd be nice to get that. Oh, we were so close as well. We got Hyperia's Immelman. That's going to look terrible. We might have to make it a bit smaller because I'm a bit concerned that the coaster doesn't make it around the circuit. So I believe I'm doing this somewhat correctly. I think it goes like this. You know, feel free to criticize my building skills because I don't know what I'm doing. So I think we're now on our final element and we're nowhere near the station. That's about 2 miles away. So let's give this a spin. Hopefully we get something good. And we're going to get... Oh, that's the worst thing you could have gave me. That's great. Thanks a lot. So Swarm's corkscrew actually goes to the right again. And what's with these corkscrews always going to the right? We're up so high. This just looks horrible. I'm more concerned that the coaster doesn't make it around the track. So now what we're going to do is just get the track to the station. Now I've taken the track back to this point, but I feel like this coaster needs one more element close to the station. So to make this more fun, that's what we're gonna do. Please give us something good, and please don't take us away from the station. And if you give me something bad, I promise you I'm gonna crash out. So here we are on our final spin, our actual final spin now. Please give us something good. And we're getting Saw's dive loop. So on Saw, the final element of the ride, which is probably the roughest element, is the dive loop. And it's kind of similar to Smiler's first dive loop, I believe, which goes like this, around like this, and we're just going to turn back to the station naturally to make this look somewhat professional. Alright, so now what we're going to do is paint the track colors. So I'm thinking we paint the track color a similar color to the actual Thorpe Park logo, which is like blue and orange. Maybe the track can be orange and the supports can be blue, and that's the same with the trains. Alright, so now it's time to test Thorpe Park's next roller coaster. Hopefully not. Alright, this is the final check. Please just work. Please work. Yeah, this coaster, I'm gonna be honest, this coaster is not making it around the track. So we've stolen Hyperia's Valley. That wasn't on the wheel. Subscribe if you want to see a fixed version of this coaster. I at least thought we would have finished the layout, but yeah, it's looking bleak. Guys, I'd just like to say, if I've forgotten to put any credits down, comment down below and I'll add them to the description. Obviously, I'm gonna aim to put them in, but if I forget any, let me know. And make sure to subscribe, or I'll send you for 50 laps of Rattlesnake non-stop, or maybe 50 laps of Saw the Ride. What would you prefer? Okay, bye now.